We're making gourmet popcorn in Renton tonight. I'm Megan Black. Evening Magazine starts now.
For more than 50 years, it's been the shining symbol of the holiday season. And tonight, a tribute to the Lake Forest Park man who created it. His works appeared in magazines and newspapers and taken him to locations around the world. So why is this Seattle photographer shooting this family for free? The director of Juno and Up in the Air takes on a new topic, life after high school. Evening sits down with Charlize Theron and the cast of Young Adult.
I'm Michael King at the UW. Find out why for Coach Lorenzo Romar, every game is Take Your Daughter to Work Day.
It's Evening Magazine for Thursday, December 15th.
Hi everyone, welcome to Evening Magazine. Tonight we are going to pop popcorn. We're at Pop Gourmet Popcorn here in downtown Renton. Boy, is this place getting a whole lot of buzz these days. In Style Magazine, Good Morning America, Oprah Winfrey has purchased 9 cases of their stuff for holiday parties. And this place is going to be in her magazine early next year. So we are going to step inside, make some of this gourmet popcorn, and tell you what all the buzz is about. Probably even sample a little as well. But first off, you know, Seattle always kicks off the holiday season with the Christmas tree lighting downtown and the Macy Star. That star has been a part of the holiday celebration for 54 years now. So tonight we have a special tribute to the man who created the Macy Star. Bob James passed away this past September at the age of 90. Boy, did he love to talk about the star, and he told his story to Jim Dever a few years back.
Okay, thanks. Well, I'll throw it up. Someone grab the pole when I throw it up, okay?
When it comes to hanging a 161-foot-long star with 3,600 light bulbs off the side of a building, it takes a crew with major mechanical means.
It's starting to wiggle.
But it took just one man to create the Northwest icon that marks the beginning of the holiday season and a favorite tradition for generations of families.
I really wasn't aware, I'm still not really aware that the star is an icon liked by so many people.
Bob James created the Macy's Star in 1957 when he was a display designer for what was then the Bon Marché. In his quiet Lake Forest Park home, he still keeps organized files detailing all his past work, including the original star.
Somewhere in this house, I have the actual blueprints, but I cannot find them. You know, this side view, once it was tilted into place, I don't remember using sandbags. Poor people that walked underneath this didn't know it was being held up there with sandbags.
Inspired by the Macy's tree in New York, the star as we know it didn't just happen overnight.
Before the star was the tree, which was really kind of a design challenge. The next year, we eliminated the tree and ended up with a wimpy little star. And then we followed up with the present-day star in 1957.
More than 50 years later, aside from structural reinforcement, the star's design hasn't been changed.
Hey fellas, move it a little to the left.
A half-century later, Bob James is still making sure his star will shine bright for many years to come.
Before breakfast, I just did a little quickie deal that it's just a suggestion. What does that mean? If I skip breakfast to do this, that means that I still want to be involved, I guess.
Thank you, Bob James, for creating the star for Seattle. Well, one of Seattle's best wedding photographers is on a mission. Yes, he wants to create the best wedding photo there is, but he also wants to capture moments of happiness that will live forever, bringing joy forever. Here's Kim Holcomb.
Have a seat. We're going to do sitting first.
For photographer Klain Gessel, capturing this family's moments is both professional and personal.
Thank you.
Because their time together is not guaranteed.
Okay, here we go.
5-year-old Lily Paulson has cystic fibrosis.
Thank you.
Neither of us even knew what cystic fibrosis was, so it was definitely a shock.
The disease often means parents will outlive their children.
Give me a little smile, just a little one. Just a little one.
New treatments are being discovered, and Klain is doing what he can.
Perfect, thank you. These two.
Recording memories for families
Cade
like the
and Lily.
Paulsons.
Because I'm doing what I love. And at the same time, helping to capture memories for families that need them.
Klain makes a living snapping award-winning shots of landscapes and weddings from Seattle and beyond. His photos have been featured in newspapers and magazines. It's an impressive body of work for just 6 years in business, especially since Klain is only 24.
Pretty young. Depends on who you ask, I guess.
He took up photography as a teenager during a troubled time in his own life.
I realized that if I kept making the choices I was making, I would end up in a place I didn't want to be.
By turning his hobby into a career, he turned himself around. And now,
Arm around Lily, perfect. Oh.
he's using it to help others.
Say Space Needle. Space Needle. Thank
Klain
you.
started a campaign called Shoot for the Cure, offering free photo sessions for families affected by cystic fibrosis.
You're shooting to capture their personality, to capture them in a photo. It's different for every person.
They're used to posing a little bit.
Perfect.
His work may be just a gesture, but for the Paulson family, it is something. The documentation of one more great day together.
It's just helped us to appreciate this more, you know, it just helps us to appreciate every moment.
Moments they hope Lily will someday share with her own children.
It reminds me of why I do what I do. For the love, for the families.
Klain was inspired to launch his campaign because one of his best friends has CF. If you would like to get in touch with him, we'll put his information on our website at king5.com. Click on Evening Magazine. Still to come tonight, the UW basketball team has an entire playbook and one secret weapon. Find out what or who that is a bit later in the show. Coming up next, you know his work from Up in the Air and Juno. We preview Jason Reitman's newest film, Young Adult.
You're watching Evening Magazine with St. Brian, Michael King, Kim Holcomb, Jim Dever, and your host, Megan Black. Telling stories from the Northwest like no one else. Evening Magazine.
Welcome back to Evening Magazine from Pop Gourmet Popcorn here in Renton. We're going to be helping whip some of this stuff up in just a minute. It's going to be so much fun. Hey, the holiday movie season is really heating up with several new movies coming out. One, in fact, opens tomorrow. Here's Michael King with our preview of Young Adults.
I'm going to a rock concert with an old flame.
Let's show him what he's been missing.
No, he's seen me recently. He knows. But his wife hasn't seen me in a while, so...
Who says mean girls only exist in high school? In the film Young Adult, Charlize Theron plays Mavis Gary, a once popular young adult book writer who can't seem to author up a happy ending to her own love life.
What up?
So she decides that the man of her future is one from her high school past.
Here's the deal. Buddy Slade and I are meant to be together, and I'm here to get him back.
I'm pretty sure he's married with a kid on the way.
No, kid's here. I'm cool with it. I mean, I've got baggage, too.
Trying to talk her out of her home-wrecking ways is a former classmate whom Mavis dissed all through school.
You won Best Hair.
Did I? What did you win?
I didn't. They usually give out like 15 of those and only to like the same 5 people.
Patton Oswalt plays Matt Freehoff, a man who remembers high school painfully well. Despite his attempts to reason with her, there's nothing Theron's character won't do to win her already spoken-for man.
You can come to the city with me like we always planned.
Mavis, I'm a married man.
No, we can beat this thing together.
Young Adult is the Academy Award-winning actress's first film in quite a while.
I haven't worked in 3 years, and to come back and have this be the material that I get, and this is the director that wants me to do it with him, I mean, it's just lucky girl.
And action! The director in this case is Jason Reitman. After critical acclaim for his previous films like Up in the Air and Juno, the son of director Ivan Reitman has become a big name on his own.
His understanding of the human condition is is unbelievable. And his understanding of what an actor does and how to utilize an actor to kind of get across what he's trying to get across is amazing.
Reitman also re-teams with Juno writer Diablo Cody for this film. She says it's easy to see how things that happen in high school live on.
It's hard to forget I think the feelings that you have at that time in your life are so raw, and you're just developing as a person, and there's a reason they call it the formative years. You know, the things that happen to you really shape you, and it's hard to forget about that.
Yeah, you're like, But Patton really saves this dark comedy from becoming a total blackout. Known to most moviegoers as the voice of Remy the Rat in Ratatouille, the stand-up comic turned actor was just what Reitman wanted.
Please, I was there, and I think he may have been being flipped. So he would do these table reads, and I was doing the reads, and then on the third one, Charlize came in, and she and I just really got along, just kind of butted heads in a really funny way, and we're teasing each other, and he was like, that's what I want.
He's an incredible actor. And I really am excited to have people see him in this film and realize that he's not a stand-up comedian, he's an actor. He comes to play.
God, you are a piece of work.
So to steal the tagline from the film, just because you grow older doesn't mean you grow up.
Young Adult is rated R for language. Now, out of all of director Jason Reitman's films, this one just isn't as good as all the others. Just ahead tonight, why every day is Bring Your Daughter to Work Day for the UW basketball coach. We'll be right back.
North of Seattle.
Welcome back to Pop Gourmet Popcorn right here in Renton. I'm all suited up, getting ready to make some of this fine gourmet popcorn that these gals are packaging up. Man, it looks good here. Hey, you know, the UW basketball team is expected to be the best in the West this year, and that is such exciting news. The Dogs are back home in Heck-Ed playing tomorrow night. And don't tell, but one thing that gives the Huskies a leg up is their secret weapon on the sidelines. Hey, Michael King, what you got?
Yeah, hi, Megan. Just about everyone in this building wants the Dogs to win, especially the cheerleaders. But there's one cheerleader in particular who takes each game personally.
They care. So does she. He wants a Husky victory too. But no one has a stronger connection to the team than Coach Lorenzo Romar's youngest daughter, Taylor.
It's nice to be more than a fan.
Taylor is a 3-year veteran of the Husky Palm Squad.
Some people are surprised. Some people are like, oh, you know, I could see the relations with how that. A lot of people think that I look like him, so a lot of people.
She can't stand it when someone says, oh, you look exactly like your dad.
And yes, she does get special privileges.
Her first year dancing, she would move over toward me, maneuver her way, I should say, over toward me, just kind of while she's smiling with her pom-poms. So what are the odds on us winning tonight?
While Dad roams the sidelines, Mom sits across from the Husky bench with Taylor not far away.
Oh, for sure. I definitely, you know, most of the time understand what's going on more than the other cheerleaders. They'll ask me, you know, what's going on during the game.
For years, the Romars have enjoyed a late-night post-game ritual. On the couch at home, they rewatch the game as a family, win or lose.
I always try to give, you know, my 2 cents, and I've given him plays, but he's never actually used any of my plays in a game yet. Hopefully he will in the future.
If we ever use one of her plays, I would no longer be employed.
So they generally leave the hoops to Dad and the hops to Taylor. But sometimes Lorenzo does show his stuff on the sideline. But Taylor's the accomplished dancer. She started when she was 4, trained in Europe, even appeared with the Pacific Northwest Ballet when she was 7. You can see ballet's influence when she kicks and spins and runs off the court like a gazelle.
I've tried to teach him some things, but...
Well, number one, I'm not one to show off. And number 2, I don't want to make her envious.
She says she doesn't get any of her moves from Dad, except for maybe...
I'll give credit to your robot, though. That's pretty good.
You like the robot?
Yeah.
The robot dance can cover up any deficiencies that you might have as a dancer.
Taylor says she's not sure where this all might lead. She's open to the idea of dancing professionally one day, but for now, she's obviously having a ball. And thrilled to have the best seats in the house, just steps away from her dad.
Taylor says she loves ballet, hip-hop, tap, and jazz. She is one talented lady. Well, of course, Seattle has hosted many great sporting events, and one near the top has to be the Goodwill Games. They were the brainchild of a billionaire more than 20 years ago. And tonight, Jim Dever takes a look back at Seattle's Goodwill Games in tonight's Northwest Flashback.
July 20th, 1990. Seattle says hello to the world.
Singers, dancers, musicians, international stars.
The Goodwill Games have begun.
And in the Soviet Union, dramatic events are unfolding even as we gather here.
After two heavily boycotted Olympics, media mogul Ted Turner created this event as a non-political alternative. After their debut in Moscow 4 years earlier, these are the first Goodwill Games on American soil, and Seattle pulls out all the stops.
This plane is the 800-747.
2,300 athletes from 54 countries compete at the University of Washington campus and other local facilities. Several world records are set.
Eileen, you got a copy of this?
Larry King is here to host the TV coverage, but the expected throngs of tourists do not appear. And in the end, almost everyone loses money, including the city of Seattle. Ted Turner parts with more than $40 million of his personal fortune. The Goodwill Games will hobble along until 2001, when the flame goes out for good. An ambitious act of goodwill whose time has now come and gone.
Bye, Mom. It was wonderful.
While the Goodwill Games did lose money for its organizers, it raised millions of dollars for charity, and it left us with the King County Aquatic Center, which continues to crank out world-class swimmers. Well, here at Pop Gourmet Popcorn, before you ever get this, there is quite the lengthy process. It's handcrafted. A lot of fun to watch. Check it out. In a matter of minutes, popcorn spills out. They use 3 different kinds of corn for different gourmet flavors. The white quickly pours into the caramelizer. And the goodness begins. Popcornologist Sashin Ajith babysits the frosted gingerbread every step of the way.
We make caramel from scratch. It's all handcrafted. We never buy just large-scale machines. It's all made in small batches every single time. It's coated evenly, and we cool it down. And once the caramel is finished and it's completely cool, we set it on trays and we either put chocolate on it or finish the product with seasoning. So that's what happens to a basic kernel, and it turns into a full-blown gourmet product.
Once it's cool, it's ready for chocolate. So I put on the chef hat and the hairnet, of course, ready to give it a try.
All right, so basically we want to just take it and get one nice stream, not too thin because it'll break off. It's too thin, and not too thick because it doesn't look very good. You want to try?
I would love to, Jordan. Thank you.
There you
go. Okay. Steady stream.
Yeah.
Oh, and I globbed. It's not as easy as it looks. You make that look so easy. So am I moving too fast?
You want to move a little bit slower and just keep the steady stream and kind of tilt the spatula as you're drizzling it.
Wow. I have a new admiration. Every time I eat one of these pieces, I'll think of you.
Thank you.
And your steady hand. The crew at Pop Gourmet Popcorn is pumping out up to 400 pounds of flavored popcorn every single day during this busy holiday season. That's about 300 to 400 tins, depending on the size. And the product is flying off the shelves. Not bad for a local company that only opened its doors earlier this year. And when it's all said and done, this is what you get to take home. Yum! We'll have more Evening Magazine in just a moment. Thank you so much for watching tonight. If you're still looking for a nice treat for someone or perhaps yourself, Pop Gourmet Popcorn is located right here in Renton. You can come down and pick it up or order it online. And with over 30 flavors, you just can't go wrong. There's tuxedo, peanut butter and jelly, mixed berry, but I like myself some sea salt and vinegar. Ooh, that tastes good. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll put a link on our website. Have a good evening.